You will need socks, scissors, needles, and thread, small black buttons for eyes.
And there might be a little gingerbread girl. Her name is Gingy. Don't be worried about her. And then you flip the socks inside out and then flatten it. So the line in the middle is actually in the middle. And then you straighten everything out. Don't worry about that. I'll be popping in and out every so often. That yellow sock right there. And then draw your ears. So you should try to center it with the middle line. Oh, look at those cute little ear shapes. And now, somebody's scratching their hand. And we're finishing up. Oh, here's Gingy. Gingy! Yep, that was the gingerbread girl. She'll be interfering quite a bit. And then we're finishing up over on the ears. And now you take a needle and tie. You take a needle and you take it through the line. And since this is a sock, you have to put it through a little hole first, or else it'll fall out easily. So this is necessary, and so don't skip it. Wow. And now my mom's like this sewing super fast. You have to sew the sock things in the middle too. You have to sew it and then come back through the middle, or else the sewing stuff will fall out. And at the end, do it with the same tying pattern. And we're tying it. That way, make sure we don't have it's a perfect knot and it doesn't show up. And now we've got our ears done. And from there, we're gonna take the blue and sketch a line where we will cut. And we cut that off and we'll have all that extra. And you'll trace around the lines, but don't cut the thread off because that's where you're gonna put in the stuffing. Oh, there's me. I'm half in, half out. Okay, I'm back out again. And don't mind that stray piece of material. It bothered me, but don't let it bother you. And now we're flipping it. Don't worry, you can put in your fingers. It really helps when taking out the ears. Don't worry, it took me like a long time when I was doing it. Oh, here, I'm back in. Now I'm tying a knot, unlike my mom. She has a way fancier knot. Can you see that little I love you in the corner? I've been making that exact same pincushion for Christmas presents. Except I'm not doing the embroidery. That's too hard because the computer did it. Oh yeah, and now you're putting in the stuffing.
You have to put a lot in it until it's overflowed.
Well, not completely overflowing, but make it so it's pretty full. And this head, it's crucial to put in enough so it's fluffy, but not too fat.
But you have to
put in just enough.
Put in when the face is getting like a circle, then you can like
sew it. Oh, that's the magic way of sewing. It's a super special knot. It makes it really close to the end. That's why it's called a magic knot. And then you can see that we're not going through, and you can just squeeze it on there like that. And you finish that with a whole circle. My mom's going around. And then you pull it tight, like really tight. And then you go back and forth back and forth. First you tuck it in, of course, and then you go back and forth. That makes it easier. But if you don't tuck it in, it'll make it harder for you. But I suggest doing the back and forth way because it'll make things a lot easier. See, now that when you can't see any more of that stuffing, see, sewing fanatic, my mom. And now you fix up your doll. Now cut the knot. Oh, and as you have noticed, this special bunny is for my best friend for a Christmas present, and my best friend wears glasses, so we attach buttons to the ears and we put in the glasses on.
Oh, my mom's helping my sister putting more stuffing in her bunny.
Finished head.
But it looks like my sister had to put more stuffing in her head, bunny head.
And now you tie the ears around. That gives it its floppy shape. But if you don't like its cute, adorable, fluffy ears, then you can just leave it normally. But that's boring. Oh, you guys saw that quick flash of Gingy, right? Everybody saw it. Sorry, but I'm dabbing between these things, so it makes it kind of hard every time Gingy appears. We're flipping the other sock around now. And do the same thing, but don't do the exact same thing. We don't want two heads, do we? This is for the body, peeps.
For the body. We only need to cut
here. Well,
you can see. I'm guessing.
No. And you take the lines, and then you draw like a little bit of like two half circles, and then those two half circles are gonna be the feet. And my mom's giving me a thumbs up. And now we're going back to sewing the knots. And we're going and sewing it. And sewing it again. Oh, we're finished. You wonder how we did it so fast. It's called fast forward. And now we cut off the excess. That's the stuff I'm using for my pin cushions. And then we flip it again, and then you'll see the adorable, cute little feet once you put in the stuffing. Be sure to put in more stuffing around at the back, because if you do, it'll give it more like a feet look. And it is helpful to put your fingers through so it molds the shape better. Oh, and you have to squeeze it every so often to make sure it gets the shape you like. There's the pin cushion. And then you stuff it in again.
Like the head, and
then go back and forth. After you sew, you do back and forth first.
You have to sew it
back and forth.
Like the head.
But don't forget to put that important time. Okay, you've tied it. And then stuff up, mold your bunny. And make the shape it to the way you want. And I think it would be much easier. I told my mom this, but why can't we just stick a needle in there and then stick the head on? I mean, it would fall off every so often, but it'd be so much easier. Anyway, we're sewing in, using all the hard work and time sewing in when we could just stick the needle in, but... Okay, now we're finishing up the needlework. I still don't know why you can't just poke in the needle.
I bet this will take a long time.
It won't. And after we've cut that, we put some of the stuffing into this to make a cute little tail. The bigger the tail, the better it stands, because the tail is going to support the whole bunny. So if you don't have a big, fat, fluffy tail, then it won't help you much. And besides, don't you know a bunny from some other crazy creature because it has that adorable fluffy tail? Well, if you actually want to make your tail fluffy, you can get some of that stuffing and just glue it on. And don't use a whole new sock for this. This is the part of the sock, the end sock, that we cut off earlier in the video. And somebody's being awful quiet here. The second speaker. Come on.
And then you sew it
Back and forth
like the head and like the body. And
then
you sew it on. Why can't you just stick a needle in there and
know,
do the same thing again? Right?
I know. That's my suggestion for the head. I mean, it would be so much less needlework. But the tail, it kind of makes sense because the tail has to stay on. Because if it was just on a needle, it would fall over. But I guess
Needles are pretty sharp.
I know it hurt some people, but the head's so big, would it matter? And now we're finishing up the tail of the needlework, and you can see the adorable little hearts and stuff on the tail.
And now
we're going to make arms. But if somebody wants to make floppy arms, go ahead. Don't worry about this. You just go back and forth and back and forth. The arms are easier than most things. And now do the sewing and the needlework. If any of you want to make floppy arms, you can do that too. But we don't have those in our videos, so you're on your own if you decide to make floppy ones.
And repeat with my sisters.
Oh, it's a little bit of fluffing. For a moment, I thought it was Shinji. Look at those adorable little black buttons staring at us. Isn't it so scary? Well, it's not that scary. It's just tantalizing. They look more like balls, don't they? Little tiny marbles. But they're not.
Their eyes.
Not real eyes, Justin.
They're going to be eyes. They're going to be eyes.
Well, they aren't now. Oh yeah, and when you're done, this is the fun part. When you tie it in, tying. Look, you can just, when you're finished tying, you can just stick it somewhere random and then cut it. And in case any of you guys missed it, this is the part for where they putting the head on. Again. We're just... And my mom's helping me with this part because it's a little... This is the hardest part. Not really, but I'm afraid this head's gonna fall off and I don't want that to happen.
Exactly. And you can see the head on the corner. Now we're putting on the head, huh?
No, now we're putting on the eyes.
Oh, forgot. Sorry.
Sometimes it looks kind of painful. Like you're sticking it into somebody's eye and then taking it out. Don't worry. Don't feel bad for your sock. And make sure to get a new sock because whoever gives it to you, I'm sure will love and hug it. And you don't want to give them an old used sock.
No, you have a lot of socks. Okay.
And just saying that here's a warning. The needles and the scissors are very, very dangerous. The needles can prick you if you're not careful. So you have to put them in the I love you pincushion or any other pincushion that you have straight after you're finished using it so you don't lose it. During this video, we lost it 3 times but cut it out. And you have to be really careful with the scissors Or else you might end up cutting something that is not wanted to be cut off. Like, and now we're cutting it to make a beautiful, nice, cute scarf for our little bunny. And just use the extra one. No need to get a whole new sock. But if you want to get new ones, when you make more in the future, as you get better, you can cut some off from there. And now we're fitting it on to make it beautiful. Thank you. Ta-da! We are done!
You can make the scarf match.
But it's not that fun. Usually you should do it from something else or else it'll just be covered. You can see the glasses. We attach buttons to the doll and then
And the rainbow one we already did, so...
It's not in the video this time.